So it's my second day here in Mexico, and I'm in Mexico City. I'm in Roma. I'm going to transfer to my loft today, which is in Roma Sur, right near Medellin Market, and I used to live there, so it'll bring back some fond memories. I pretty much packed everything, but I can't find my earrings. I saw them, so they're in there somewhere, but they're so fucking tiny that it's really impossible to find things, like needle in a haystack kind of scenario. Um, I've had a couple of cups of coffee, CCC, and I think that I had a good sleep last night. I think that actually I'm really well set up now because we're on the road to adjustment to the new time frame, and my body mind isn't so out of whack, which is promising. My hair's a little bit like weird. It's got that wave in it. I often wonder how I'm perceived here. Like, what kind of foreigner? Do you know what I mean? Or if I'm just perceived as being like Argentine, which has happened before because of my pale skin. But that I don't actually appear to be like a gringa, or gringo, if I'm looked at that way. Certainly when it comes to gender presentation and so on, people are a little bit more conservative around what they think is the presentation of someone who's female, and I know that that's a thing in Mexico. It's every country has different norms. It really does. In India, it's like instantly read as female. No struggle around that. Sometimes, as I said in another video, unwanted attention from men. But I was reading up about that as to why that is. A woman with short hair who wears masculine clothing and gives off an air of being modern and cosmopolitan is not necessarily coded as lesbian, but instead, excuse me, seen as liberal and open and exotic and all sorts of things like that, which makes you a bit of a target for male interest, which is kind of the opposite of what I'm about. And here it's much more that women are very feminine, señorita, as Carlos used to say, not at all lesbian. I think that lesbians get a tough ride in this context. I really do. But anyway, it's a learning experience, isn't it? I wish I could find my earrings. Maybe that could be a bit of a tip-off. But wearing a polo shirt and a pair of khaki pants and some boots is not going to get me seen as anything but like a bit out there. It's like, why aren't there lesbians? Come on, marimachas. Of course there are. Tortilleras. We exist, and we don't need to be called caballero, okay? I have to say, for the most part, I can't let it bother me, but I did actually correct someone today, and I said, Senora, and then they jumped back, because it was like a double take, I guess. Yeah. It's so weird. The world of gender is weird. It always has been for me. So this is nothing new. It was when I was younger, and I'd be asked as well if I was a girl or a boy. So there you have it. In a nutshell. Sorry, that sounds like a really weird metaphor to use. But there you have it. I think the best plan is just to be yourself. But then there's also being yourself in another language, and I have ways of presenting through Spanish that are perhaps more masculine, and I got to learn new ways to do that, adjust. Así que cuando hablo español, se supone que tengo que elevar lo que es el tono de voz y alargar también las vocales. En lugar de decir ¿cómo estás? Dices ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. ¿Le falta algo? Y luego elevar y ponerle un ritmo más musical a la manera en que uno habla. Y estoy practicando a ver si realmente me sale bien, pero no acostumbro a hablar así en español y es todo un nuevo aprendizaje para mí, y se supone que tengo que pronunciar de forma más suave lo que son las D, las T, etc. Y supongo que tengo que pronunciar de forma más ligera lo que son las consonantes J y G. En español, no sé, alguien me debería de enseñar, porque para mí esto es totalmente nuevo. Si bien en el inglés puedo presentarme de cierta forma y ser recibida como mujer, en español es otro rollo, porque no tengo mucha experiencia en materia de presentación de género a través de una lengua. Pero ya veremos.